Welcome to the second week of Acts6v4.school. This second week, the theme is for praying around the theme of Jesus. And the first Bible verse we're going to use is Philippians chapter 3, verse 10 and 11. Where Paul, so the reason why I'm going through this exploration of the Bible verses that we're going to use to pray is to sort of set our mind concerning the importance of those Bible verses and to set up our hunger and desire as we approach the throne of grace. So Paul said, my aim is to know him, to experience the power of his resurrection, to share in his sufferings, and to be like him in his death, and so somehow to attain to the resurrection from the dead. So we're praying to know Jesus and to experience the power of his resurrection. We are aligning ourselves with Paul here. And we're saying we want to know him, we want to see him, we want to see him for who he really is. There was a time Jesus Christ asked his disciples, he said, what do men say? What do the people say that I, the Son of Man, have? They gave various answers. They said, oh, you were one of the prophets. But Jesus Christ asks them, what do you say that who do you say that I am? Peter answered, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus Christ responded by saying, flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. So we see that Jesus Christ is not easily recognizable by according to who he really is. And it took a revelation from God, a direct help. God had to help Peter to recognize who Jesus is. And that is so important. That is so important because if I don't recognize who he is, if I don't fully grasp his person, then I won't be able to respond to him and relate to him the way I should relate to him. So let's talk about Paul himself, who was a persecutor of the church. We learned that he heard about Jesus. He learned some things about Jesus. However, he was very clear to say that God had to intervene. God had to reveal his son in him so that he can preach him among the Gentiles. So we've seen the impact of the revelation of the Son in Paul around us. In the letters he wrote, we can see that revelation. I want to read Galatians chapter 4, verse 19. Paul wrote, my children, I am again undergoing birth pains until Christ is formed in you. So, in a way, these people started, the Galatian Christians started losing their sight of Jesus. They started not having the right view, the right understanding of Jesus, who he is. And that was shown, and they had an appeal. They had people influencing them. They had influencers speaking the wrong things to them, and they were agreeing with those wrong things about the way of salvation and all that. And Paul wasn't just going to let it slide. He wrote a very scathing letter, 6 chapters, full of challenge to the Galatian Christians about recognizing Christ for who he is, what he has done, and then the implication of what he has done in our lives. So he's saying, "This are my children. I am again undergoing birth pains until Christ is formed in you." That is so important to him. That is so important. He was going to say, we can't skip this. We can't not know Christ for who he is. And that is our priority, to know him for who he is. And we'll see somewhere else. Let's see Philippians chapter 3. And in this chapter 3, chapter 3, Paul was talking about that I may know him and the power of his resurrection. Philippians 3, I'm going to start from verse 10. My aim is to know him. So we see that desire here. This is Paul, who at this time was not a young Christian, but he still thinks knowing Christ, knowing Jesus was a priority. He said, my aim is to know him, to experience the power of his resurrection, to share in his sufferings, and to be like him in his death, and so somehow to attain to the resurrection from the dead. So that is that for the first passage that will form our prayer for this second week. So the idea is that we're going to pray. I'm going to pray this. The first assignment is 30 minutes of prayer, followed by 30 minutes of Bible reading and 30 minutes of Bible writing. But this is the first assignment. And this first assignment, we're praying through 5 different Bible verses. And this is the first one where we are asking that, where we are praying to know Jesus and to experience the power of resurrection. God bless you.